I'm medically cleared to compete tonight. Quad numero uno disagrees with that statement. Kev, big sexy.
Welcome back, guys, to Folk Wrestling for your WWE Raw review of the 8th of July 2002. And Shawn Michaels said that basically, unless you join the NWO, you will not be left standing. Well, Kevin Nash is in the NWO, and by the end of tonight's main event, he wasn't standing either. So, Shawn Michaels, which one is it? Are we safer in the NWO? Or are our quad's going to go anyway and screw us over?
Yep, you know what? We've always seen this quad tear. We've all seen it, but I didn't actually know the promo before for Nash actually saying, I'm medically cleared to compete tonight. And he's absolutely, it's a botch. It's ironic.
Yeah,
it's a disaster.
Karma came in and just bloody basically teared the knees and quads of Kevin Nash right off him. So
yeah, absolutely scary. But we'll get to that mega main event later on. But Vince McMahon kicks off the show, says
with a mega announcement. But unlike Tony Khan, he didn't have to brag about it like 2 weeks in advance.
Nope.
He just started up the show and says the night the Undertaker, due to him competing in 2 title matches last week, he's getting the night off. Well-deserved night off, and it's like Roman Reigns nowadays. He just disappears for 8 weeks with no explanation. McMahon actually has to start the show and give you an explanation as to why you're not getting The Undertaker tonight. And it just makes it feel like The Undertaker not being there is a massive fucking deal. Whereas nowadays, Roman Reigns doesn't show up and you're like, well, who cares? Nothing new.
Exactly. No, you're right on the money here. But major announcement. We have a triple threat match for the Undisputed title at Vengeance. We've got Kurt Angle against The Rock against The Undertaker.
Yeah, so basically, McMahon wrapped this up in a minute. A lot of stuff to say, and he said it within a minute. He didn't need 20 minutes. He didn't need a major announcement. Just started the show, said Undertaker's not here tonight due to his past 2 title matches. Oh, and by the way, The Rock and Angle are going to be taking on The Undertaker at the next pay-per-view.
No, triple threat, mate, no 2-on-1. Booker T then comes out, cuts a really weird promo. I've nothing really else to say other than it was weird. Just felt total disjointed.
My father told me. I mean, it wasn't that good, like, was it?
No, it wasn't. Then eventually Guerrero comes out, he's like, Ese, let's go 1-on-1, gringo. Oh, hold on, you're not exactly a gringo, but hey, let's go.
I can't call you the N-word.
So I'll call you a gringo, Ese. And then we have like a match that was alright, and then it just ends.
It wasn't. It was sloppy as fuck.
Alright, fair enough, sloppy as fuck. Is that what we're going for?
Yep.
No, I don't know what it is. I feel like Raw is like the most hit and miss thing in 2002. Post-brand split.
I feel like Eddie Guerrero is arguably the most overrated wrestler of all time.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Booker T wins with a really weird looking sunset flip, but it looked like Eddie Guerrero kicked out, but the referee counted 3 anyway. JR was surprised. King was surprised. Everybody in the ring was surprised. We were surprised, but don't worry, guys, it's not the last surprise botches tonight. In fact, we get a lot more botches tonight.
And I cannot wait for them, but Rey Mysterio...
Monday Night Botch.
Rey Mysterio, a real wrestler. A guy better than Guerrero. We'll get a wee promo package.
Well, first of all, Benoit comes out to attack Booker T, and then Booker T's saved by Goldust. That might be worth mentioning.
Well, you mentioned it. I forgot about it. We move on. Because Booker T and Goldust are backstage. WrestleMania. The NWO. Goldust says he's got a master plan. What do you think his master plan's going to be?
He said if he's going down and he's going down swinging, and I just don't think Booker T wants Goldust to go down anywhere near him.
He started dancing with him. Booker Dust. And then I think we've got... I mean, was this as bad as Booker T's opener? I'm not too sure, but Jackie Gaida says that Trish is jealous of her, and this is...
Hey, yeah, with a promo backstage, Trish and Jackie Gaida are standing with the coachman. Trish is talking about Molly's granny panties. And then Jackie Gaida, who you believe is on friendly terms with Trish, just starts cutting a promo on her saying, I thought I had the issue with Molly Holly, but then you solved it because you have to be the centre of attention, and that's because you're jealous of me. She says that I was attracting interest even before I arrived in WWE. First of all, it's not Trish's fault that Jackie Gaida didn't do anything about Molly last week. Molly attacked Jackie Gaida, and then Trish is the one that basically finished it. So if Jackie Gaida wanted, she could have stripped Molly down to her granny panties, but she didn't. Second of all, I mean, I'm pretty sure Trish was the one that had a career before she got into WWE. She was a fitness model. And I'm not saying she was a big deal, but I believe Trish's career, or let's say lack of. I believe Trish had more going for her before she joined WWE than Jackie Gator did. Jackie Gator was literally a fan that came up through Tough Enough. Trish was actually a fitness model that they got scouted and hired by WWE.
Exactly, and the whole promo was disjointed, man.
And that's not me fucking kissing Trish's ass. I just didn't really understand where Jackie Gator was coming from here. She made it seem like she's a big deal before WWE, and it's like, that's not the case. Like, you literally entered a fan contest.
Exactly, but there wasn't like, she just didn't believe in herself during this promo, didn't she? No, it was just very...
Whereas Trish didn't need to enter a fan contest, WWE actually went to her and offered her a contract.
And then to make it worse...
So she must have been something to be recognised in the first place.
No, exactly.
Whether it be in a magazine or whatever. Whereas Jackie Gator, she's the one that actually reached out to WWE to join Tough Enough, so I just didn't get it. I mean, I know what she's going for, but I don't know.
And then to make things worse... Christopher Nowinski. Yeah, wild Christopher Nowinski. He starts doing impersonations. Each one was fucking awful, man. This guy sucks. He has a black eye. Thankfully, it was Bradshaw that did it, apparently. And then Bradshaw is going to be Trish's tag team partner tonight.
Yeah,
take these two on.
Trish challenges him to a mixed tag match, and she says her partner's going to be Bradshaw. How does she know? She hasn't asked him yet, but apparently she knows. So
exactly, maybe
Bradshaw doesn't say no.
Defeating Scott Hall to this. What's going on?
Did you just sign Bradshaw up to a match here if it was consent, Trish? That doesn't sound very legal.
Goddamn right. We've got Bubba Ray taking on Chris Benoit. He does a lot of things without people's consent, and decent enough match here. A decent blend of styles. Bubba Ray can work, can't he? Bubba Ray's the man.
I like Bubba Ray. You know what? We always talk when they talk about the best big guys. And I know you could argue Bubba Ray's not exactly a big guy, but he's a pretty big guy. I'm not talking about in terms of... Alright, in height, he must be about... I'd say he's about 6'4", 6'3".
6'2", aye. 6'2", 6'3", yeah.
And he's a big dude.
Aye, absolutely.
But he never gets thrown about in terms of... Especially in ECW, he was really big.
Aye, yeah.
When he moves to WWE, does cut down the weight. But, like, I think for a bigger guy, for a guy, like... approaching 300 or maybe north of 300 pounds, he's definitely a good worker. Like,
no, he is.
Doesn't get the credit he deserves, in my opinion.
No, like in this match, man, these two can sell. I mean, this is how it looks real, man. You've got suplex is getting done. Bubba Ray looks like the ring's going to explode.
We never really talk about this, right? And I like Devon, but I mean, I think Bubba Ray is far superior. I mean, Bubba Ray is a guy that I think could have been a legit main eventer in any era of WWE. I just don't really see that with Devon. And I really enjoyed the Reverend Devon gimmick, and I think that could have worked for him. But I just feel like Bubba Ray is a much better promo, and I feel like he is a much better in-ring worker than Devon as well.
No, you're right. No, absolutely is. Yeah, I mean, I love Devon.
Devon's in better shape, but I think Bubba Ray pretty much wins everything else. In every other department, I think Bubba Ray has Devon ticked.
Yeah, exactly. But Chris Benoit has Bubba Ray ticked. Because he locks him in the crossface.
And holds him tight.
And not many people get out the crossface.
No, once you're in the crossface, it's good night. Like, it's...
That's pretty much it. Christopher Nowinski, wee vignette with him picking why he chose Harvard. I mean, who cares, man? I know what they're trying to do here.
Down. That's the wee... Down. It sounds like the F1. No, it sounds like an F1.
That's enough. I thought it was nice.
Anyway, JR and King, they're talking about Nowinski, and JR says, what Nowinski done is great, but he doesn't really care. And Nowinski also kind of ran down something in his promo, but I can't remember what it was, something about boats or something like that. He mentioned butch women as well, something about the sailing team, I don't know. It was some...
We weren't really listening, but it
was some Harvard thing where you wouldn't really get it unless you went to Harvard, so I didn't get it. Then we go backstage. Ric Flair is with... who is he with? He is with... he's with fucking... Who is... Rob Van Dam?
It was Rob... No, it was Jeff Hardy. He's like,
Jeff Hardy.
Congratulations on your ladder match last week. He's like, I was this close to getting the meth.
And Jeff says that means a lot coming for someone, because Ric Flair says one of the best performances he's ever seen. Jeff Hardy says to Ric Flair, that means a lot coming for you. Woo! Then Jeff leaves for his match later on tonight, and Steven Richards is like in the background reading the newspaper.
I thought it was Vince Russo.
He gets up and he confronts Flair, and he basically says that Flair is hanging around like an old fossil.
The Roaring 20s was Flair's day.
Yeah, you're taking away, you're preventing guys like me from getting time. Ric Flair, it's like, you want time? Well, I'll give you some time tonight. And Steven Richards then decks Ric Flair and walks off, and Ric Flair's left laid out thanks to Stevie.
Mad that Stevie Richards, folks, is actually battering somebody, let alone the fucking Nature Boy.
Yep. Then we get Trish and Bradshaw versus Jackie Gayda and Christopher Nowinski. I tell you what, I'm not saying Jackie Gayda didn't have much of a career because she wasn't hot, but I think it might be due to the fact that she couldn't wrestle for shit. This match was horrible, and it's actually not the worst match that Jackie Gayda has. She actually has a match, I believe, in a couple weeks' time worse than this, because I remember Trish and Bubba Ray teaming up to take on Gayda and somebody else. I think it was another tough enough winner that wasn't Harvard, that wasn't Christopher Nowinski. Anyway, my point is it was somebody else, and it was equally as bad. But yeah, this match was a botch-filled mess.
Yep.
Especially the finish.
Yeah, it's just not ready. This is, I mean, compare her to Maven.
Yeah, I feel like a guy who's green and a rookie will just have a better match because he's more likely to be athletic. I think you can see that Maven is an athletic guy. Christopher Nowinski, they're athletic guys. They probably played. Here's the difference. In high school, they're probably playing amateur football or whatever. They're probably playing college football. They're probably playing sports. So they're athletic, right? So even if they're not like the most crisp in the ring, they can pretty much be carried to a good match due to their athletic ability. They can probably do the basics.
Yeah.
No one's expecting them to have 5-star classics, but they can probably do the Jackie Gayda, I'm assuming, is just someone who's hot. That doesn't have an athletic background.
She's not doing amateur football.
When she goes into the ring, she basically can't do shit. And it showed. Trish goes for like a bulldog off the top rope, and she just flies over the top of Jackie Gayda. Jackie Gayda does not fall with Trish, and then like 2 seconds later, Gayda just throws herself to the ground, and then Trish pins her and gets the 1-2-3. And as much as we can say Jackie Gayda sucked here, I think you got to blame Trish as well. Why is she going for the cover on a move she fucking knows did not connect?
Yeah, horrendous. Alright.
I think Trish should be getting her up and doing something else.
See if this was Bradshaw and Nowinski did that to him, he'd have ran off the ropes about 200 miles an hour. Fucking
cleaned his head off with a clothesline for hair.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm blaming Trish here. Even though it was Jackie Gayda that fucked up originally, I think the fact that Trish has been in the company now about 3 years, she should have thought, there's no way I can beat her with that.
Yeah. And you just
you try again, it's like, see when like Randy Orton fucked up the RKO on Jericho, you're like, imagine Jericho just fell over and Orton like pinned him or something. Remember in the Survivor Series match? It's like, or was it? No, it wasn't Raw. Anyway, whatever it was, right, my point is, it's like, if you fuck something up, you have to do another move. You can't end it on that.
Yeah, and you know what? Fair play to Jericho in that instance, so he actually just kept the manoeuvre in. Which is the right thing to do.
And Randy Orton went and done it again, and even though it was a botch, it came across as believable.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You just thought, oh, Randy made a mistake, he didn't connect properly, but then you look at this and you're thinking, oh, that's fake as fuck.
Rabid Wolverine. Hermano.
Yeah, so Wolverine and Guerrero are backstage, and I feel like they're just lost at this point. I mean, it is crazy. See, at this point, you would, if someone says these guys are going to main event WrestleMania for respective world titles in about, what, a year and a half?
Well, 2 years.
Right, under 2 years.
21 months. 20 months.
You just said bullshit.
Absolutely. No, but I mean, at least with Benoit, he's back like, what, a week? 2 weeks? Still feels a bit... But even he doesn't feel like a big deal here.
When he got injured, he felt like a big deal.
Yeah, but they've brought him back.
I mean, he was in the fair. He was hanging with like Triple H, and he didn't feel out of place.
Matches against Austin.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happened here. Obviously, he's been out, but he's come back. He's not exactly getting this mega push. He is working with Eddie Guerrero at the moment. You know what I think it came wrong? They brought Benoit back, and they kind of teamed him up with Flair. And that Flair GM run was fucking abysmal.
Yeah, the writing was on the roll.
And then you had Eddie Guerrero teaming up with Flair, and it's like they haven't recovered from that. But the NWO are giving them some advice. They tell them, look, there's strength in numbers, so, you know, I wouldn't mess with us tonight. And then the NWO walk past them.
And walk out to the ring.
Triple H says that they're family. I mean, well, Shawn Michaels says that they're family.
He wants Triple H to join.
He wants them to join the family. He mentions the whole curtain call thing at 96. And
he said 5 years ago, but this is 2002, Sean. Come on. That takes us back to 97. Do the math.
Nah, but he probably lost a year thanks to drugs. So, I mean, maybe that's
a year.
Multiple years.
We used to drink.
Sean says that we are a forgiving family, but, you know, we're running out of patience. He says you can join us and, you know, be one of us, or you can not, and, you know, it won't end good for you, essentially. So Triple H has to make his choice. He has to make his decision in 2 weeks. But we don't have to wait 2 weeks to see Steven Richards lose. He loses. Up next, he takes on Ric Flair, and it goes 5 minutes, but eventually Ric Flair hits a back backdrop, like a back suplex, whatever. And then
Figure four,
he locks in the figure four. And you know what? There's not many people I've actually seen Ric Flair beat with a figure four in WWE. I think I would struggle. I'm not even taking the piss. See if you said to me, you have to name 5 people without getting one wrong that's tapped out to the figure four. I'm not sure I could get it.
I could name you 3.
I think the 3 I could name you is Steven Richards. I'd throw in Shelton Benjamin, and I'd throw in a member of the Spirit Squad.
Well, then I could throw
Maybe
in
Kenny.
Kennedy and MVP, because he took them on No Way Out in Royal Rumble, and I know for a fact he beat them because they were retirement matches. And I'm going to assume the 2 moves he used was the figure four.
Oh, fair enough. Well, there you go. Maybe we would win £1 million. But the point is, right, he's not beat many. I mean, see when Ric Flair's... But that's the thing. See when Ric Flair's taking on Triple H in a steel cage. It's like, you don't really see Ric Flair climbing over the top of the steel cage. And you don't really see him beating Triple H either with the figure four. So
Maybe, maybe he opens the door.
No.
Anyway, talking about opening the door, the forbidden door was open technically here because ECW came back for a segment. You know what? I'd say this was segment of the night. I thoroughly enjoyed this.
I enjoyed it. Tommy Dreamer comes out to confront Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was saying how
I exploited you bastards.
Yeah, I exploited all you idiots.
I didn't pay any of you.
Yo, that's kind of true. Actually, he did exploit them. You know, I made you bleed for all these like bloodthirsty people in Philadelphia. But then Tommy Dreamer comes out and is like, you didn't make shit. We made ECW. We did it for the fans. Tommy Dreamer says that he's still extreme and he's going to take Lesnar to the extreme tonight. Starts beating him up with a cane. Hits him with the Singapore cane. Continues to batter Brock. And I'll tell you what, Brock's not looking as strong as he did when he first came in. That's for sure.
The guy that's made a fit in SummerSlam, man. Got battered by Tommy Dreamer.
There's 2 chairs set up in the ring in a good position for a move. But
the Dreamer driver?
Nothing Dreamer's going to do on Heyman, that's for sure. Brock Lesnar attacks Dreamer from behind.
Wait, actually, can we just say something? It's mad. Tommy Dreamer was going to kill Paul Heyman at Maniac 7. He said he fucking planned it. And here we are.
Do you think if he kills Heyman, Benoit doesn't kill his family?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, weird. But that's weird. Like, obviously Dreamer comes in 2001, right? So therefore...
Wait, how much money did he owe him again?
I don't know, but...
It's like 140,000 or something?
Yeah, but he's openly admitted that, here, I was going to fucking kill you at the biggest show of them all. I mean, come on.
If someone owed you 140,000, would you know want to kill them?
Probably, but Brock then pulls...
Brock decides instead of Dreamer killing Heyman, he's going to kill Dreamer.
F5 on the outside. Rob Van Dam appears in the ring. He hits Heyman with a kick. Heyman's fat ass hits the floor.
Then he hits Brock with a few kicks, flies over the top rope, crossbody.
Yep.
Then he gets a chair and he does the Fan Terminator.
Van Daminator.
No, the Fan Dominator's the one where he throws it in your face and hits you.
Van Daminator, Fan Terminator. Great manoeuvre. Coast to coast, right?
Coast to coast to a chair instead of a trash can. So then he hits the Fan Terminator from one side of the ring to the other. Paul Heyman actually did a good job of selling this. He didn't move. He literally fucking laid there in the corner like a big pile of shite. Brock Lesnar had to come and collect them and leave. That was it.
Yeah, literally. And you know what? ECW is getting a proper chant here. We got Jeff Hardy against William Regal, European title on the line. And I just feel like Jeff Hardy had to win this.
Why?
Because look at the amount of hype off him recently. Going against Brock.
He goes. Yeah, I mean, if he loses to William Regal, it kind of undoes what he done last week.
Yeah, it undoes what he's done against Brock, right? And then undoes also, I mean, the massive match against Taker. Like, even if Regal beat him dirty here, I don't even think it would have worked, personally, but thankfully Jeff Hardy wins. And then we get probably the weirdest segment of the night. Coachman tries to interview Willie Regal, and Willie Regal's about to speak, and then he just breaks down.
I know how that feels like.
What was this all about, though?
Don't know, William Regal started crying, Christopher Nowinski comes and...
It's okay, Willie.
It's okay, Willie, I'll help you. And he lifts him up and walks off, so there you go. Then we go backstage, Bubba and Spike, they're talking to somebody, they need a partner, they're like... We don't see who it is, though. The anticipation is killing us all. He's like, come on, you're extreme. I used to kick your ass, and even sometimes you kicked my ass back in the day. And you know, team up with us tonight and do it, you know, one last time. Do it in front of these, one last time. Do it in front of these fans. Do it in front of these crowds. Let's get extreme. You're the most extreme man I know. And it turns out to be RVD. Then he gives like a fist pump to both Bubba Ray and Spike. And that's it. We've got our match confirmed. It's going to be Bubba Ray, Spike, RVD, Goldust, and Booker T taking on the NWO and Benoit and Guerrero in the 10-man
It just seems
match.
like an absolute fucking clusterfuck of a match, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's no real styles or anything like that. It's just a bunch of random fucking wrestlers we've got. It is weird. You've got Booker T and Goldust, who are like a dysfunctional tag team. You've got Bubba and Spike, who, they're not the Dudley boys. I mean, it's Bubba plus one, really, at this point. You've got RVD, who literally doesn't really have anything to do with the other guys. He's in a feud with Brock, who's not in this match.
He's just there because Bubba Ray asked him
Then
to be
you
there.
go to the NWO, and you're like, by far the best worker in the NWO is not even working the match. He's sitting on the sidelines. Then you've got Guerrero and Benoit, who haven't really been doing anything lately, and looked like earlier there's a bit of tension between
I think
them
it
and
just
NWO.
shows you, though, how messed up Raw is at this point, because literally all these guys, apart from like Nash, have had a match tonight.
Yeah, it was weird. Very weird.
Right, and you know what? The match itself, I think, is alright, probably until like the last like 90 seconds, so it's an even enough match. Nash isn't getting tagged in because I think they want to make a big deal of that. Michaels then like distracts Van Dam, who follows him up the ramp. Brock comes out, massive F5 on the ramp. I like the sound that the moves make on the ramp.
Yeah, this is one of my reasons for why Raw sucks. The fact that they took away the steel ramp. This ramp was great. See, now you've done a move on it, like it legit fucking felt like somebody was dying. And now it's like all just fucking playmats and shit like that. Sucks.
Literally. And talking of playmats, Kevin Nash needs a playmat, guys, because he gets tagged in. He's working Booker T, hits a big boot. He goes to punch. He goes to batter Bubba Ray off the apron. And you just hear his quads shivel and wrap up around his kneecap, man. Brutal. And the big 7-foot frame goes crashing down and starts screaming. And
And then I guess everyone just get into the ring, start brawling, and I don't know what happens. Bubba Ray goes to the side and he starts like cradling Nash, hugging him. It's almost like he was trying to work him. And then X-Pac gets involved, and then we've got, I think it's Benoit, and we've just got like three guys that are like literally working right on top of fucking Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash is in the corner.
I like Nash, right? I've never tore a quad, but let's be real. Is this no like... I'm not saying pathetic, 'cause I'm going to say it's sore, but we've seen Vince do both and just fucking sit there.
But I
actually, McMahon walked backstage.
Yeah, I know, but I think McMahon's the type of guy that I don't think there's anything you could do to McMahon on air to make... I think you could fucking do the most painful thing alive to McMahon, and he'd no sell it until he was alone.
I'll raise you another guy. Triple H tore his quad, and he literally fucking got the walls of Jericho done to him.
Yeah, again, Triple H is married into the McMahon family. He thinks, here, if I show a bit of pain or weakness, McMahon's going to...
So what you're saying is Kevin Nash isn't paid enough to not show any pain here?
Possibly. I don't know, maybe if Kevin Nash married Shane, he'd have toughened up a wee bit, but he didn't, so...
Yep, the axe gets thrown up here. Good improvisation for like everyone. Michaels gets in the ring, hits a sweet chin music to Booker T, right? And I feel like that should have been it. But then he has to grab the Big Show's fat fucking ass.
Yeah, so it was weird, so... Yeah, he hits the sweet chin music, then he grabs Big Show's ass and throws him on top, which doesn't look right. Shawn Michaels just like ragdolling Big Show on top of Booker T.
No, it doesn't.
It looks weird. And then Big Show hooks a leg and covers him, then decides, fuck this, lifts him up and hits a choke slam, then the 1, 2, 3. And let's go back to the Kevin Nash point. It's like, I don't think Kevin Nash really cares about the business like Triple H does. Or, of course, McMahon, because he's the... I mean, how many times does Nash just talk about he'd do it? Like, Scott Hall fucking would job out, you know, for the paycheck. And I think Kevin Nash is kind of the same. I don't think, I mean, if you said to Kevin Nash, if you no sell that quad, I'll put an extra zero on your check. I think he'd have been up hitting big boots and super kicks.
Probably.
450 moonsaults off the top rope if you offered him money, but I just think Nash is thinking, well, here, if I go down and sell this, am I losing any money? No, so I'll do it. Fuck the match.
But then Big Show does the choke slam. Would it not just look better if Michael's sweet chin music's the one that beat them?
Yep.
Then Big Show picks him up. What the fuck are you doing? 1, 2, 3, right? Then Michaels grabs the mic and says, here, Triple H, this is what you're going to be like, lying on your back. like Booker T, and then you've got Nash sitting right beside Booker T. Fucked.
It just didn't look right because, like, fucking Shawn Michaels is pointing out, if you're against the NWO, you look like this. But then you've got another NWO member in the corner fucking screaming his fucking lungs off because his knees went or his quads went. It's like, what the hell? I don't know. It looked weird. I'm trying to point out, look. And HBK's talking about if you're not in the NWO, you're not standing tall. And it's like, well, neither's Kevin Nash, mate. So.
No, exactly. But this is you know what? It was a star-studded main event. It's one of those matches that will like live long in your memory, probably for all the wrong reasons. But fuck, I wish we got this today. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I wish.
Mate, look at when they do matches like this now, man. It's like, see, it's like 9 of them are shite. Here, they're all like fucking Hall of Famers.
Even Spike.
Even fucking Spike, the former teacher Spike.
Cruiserweight.
But yeah, guys, that is where the show ends, and it was a bit of a fucking mess, the entire show, if I'm being honest. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10.
That's exactly what I'm giving it. So, there you go. I mean, there was some good moments. I enjoyed the 10-man tag. I think Van Damme coming out and whooping Paul Heyman's ass was pretty cool. Wasn't really expecting that to happen. But yeah, overall, wasn't the greatest show. And I feel like Raw's got that effect at this point. Either you get a really good show or you get a mediocre show. But no matter what they give us, it's better than today. So.
I can't necessarily remember what happens on next week's Raw, but we are to assume that we won't see Nash till 2003, and that's the NWO done.
NWO.
Is that not mad, though, if that's it? Michaels gives the whole ultimatum. Nothing gets done.
Maybe I don't know. Where's Scott Hall?
It would make more sense if fucking Michaels just came out next week and went, right, Big Sexy's out trips, let's just reform DX because he's fucking too our pish.
Possibly. What's X-Pac was in DX?
I can't know, but he wasn't really in DX with Shawn, was he?
No.
Like, that's the thing, like, they bring all these reunion packs and it's like, oh, Shawn was in it with the Road Dogg and...
Well, the New Age Outlaws were hanging out. They weren't official members, but...
Well, X-Pac wasn't.
No, he didn't appear till
Michael's back went.
Then X-Pac got the call or whatever, but...
Anyway, guys, it's a 5 out of 10. Top 5 moments will be with you soon, and then we're very close to vengeance. Will Kevin Nash's quads get vengeance? Who knows? But until then, peace.